Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nathan Espinosa alongside Ryan Wilmer. We're here at the beautiful Moorpark Stadium, Raiders Pavilion. Today, Moorpark's going to be hosting Ventura College, the Pirates. The Pirates are going to be coming into this game hot after a 5-game win streak. Moorpark on the other side of it, not doing so hot lately, but they are bouncing off of a win from Allen Hancock last week. Anything you want to jump into right off the bat, Ryan?
Well, Ventura leads Moorpark in almost every statistical category other than steals. So if Moorpark wants to get a chance to win this game, they're going to have to play tough defense, really try to, convert those steals into points on the other end, probably hit some threes, and try to jump out to an early lead.
Yeah, Moorpark right now, they're holding on to a 2-5 conference record right now. Overall, they're 8-14. Not so bad in overall record, but now it's coming down to conference play. They've lost against Ventura in the past already. 79-67 was the last time Moorpark and Ventura met up on the 21st of January. This game, we're actually going to have even less players. We have a couple players out today. Ryan Toddy, we want to send a get well soon. Ryan Toddy is going to be out for today's game, as well as Ethan Herman and Kyrie Williams. All three players will not be playing today, so we're going to be short 3 men. And like you said, everyone's going to have to really step up. They're going to play some defense. The one thing that we do have going for us, so we have a really hot three-point shooter. Luis Herrera is almost unstoppable from the three-point line. If they can get Luis the ball more often and get his three-pointers up, there's a chance that the Moorpark can really hang in this game.
And on the other side, Ventura, they got off to a mediocre start, but since conference, they've been on fire. They're 6-1, leading conference, hoping they control their own destiny. They're hoping to win out and win conference. And, they shoot well. They're athletic. They're much bigger than Moorpark.
Yes.
And they just have number 15, Isaiah Reyes. He's coming back from injury. He's a guard. He's great at drawing contact, making baskets. And so he's going to have to, or Ventura's going to rely on him to kickstart their offense.
Yeah, I know they have another player that's a real high three-point percentage, or low three-point percentage, but high attempts. You have anything on him?
Well, yeah, Cordell Hankerson, he likes to shoot the three. He's averaging 17 points per game this season, 20 in conference. And so, he's the man behind their offense, and he's going to get a lot of touches. He's a guy from Texas, so he came a long way to play ball, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Exactly. Well, like you said, he's averaging over 20 points a game right now. It's really going to come down to possibly stopping them if the Raiders want to come out of here today with a win. Like I said, they did come off a win last week off Allen Hancock. Both of the conference wins in Moorpark's record come from Allen Hancock. Last week's game on the 8th, they were able to come out on top 73-67. Thankfully, Allen Hancock, a little bit softer this year than they have been in the past. They've been losing to teams like Oxnard, Cuesta, Santa Barbara, and Ventura. Next week, Moorpark will be looking forward to bouncing back from the loss they had against Santa Barbara later last month, and end their final home game season, and their final home game against Santa Barbara. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, this game's really going to come down to being able to stop Ventura, being able to put up threes, limit their threes, and come out here playing fundamental basketball.
Yeah, I'll finish with this. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen, and a win here for Moorpark would be huge for the program.
Yes, absolutely. If they can come out of here beating Ventura, Ventura's been a tough team to beat for almost all the sports so far. Football, basketball, baseball, not the easiest team to beat. They take everything very serious, and Moorpark's going to have to definitely step up their game today if they want to win today. And that's it for today. We'll see you guys at the game shortly. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now getting started with the game. We're about 5 minutes out. Teams are just out here warming up. It's going to be a couple minutes. Then we'll get the national anthem going. We'll have this game underway. Anybody you see right now on the court that you a little scared of from Ventura, Ryan?
Well, of course, I mean, we were just talking about Cordell Hankerson. So, we got to stop him on offense. If we can frustrate him, we may be able to throw off the entire Ventura team.
Yeah, exactly. If we can get big guys like Cordell Hankerson, the one thing I do want to notice right off the bat is this team seems a lot bigger in size. There's a lot of 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and even a 6'9" guy on this Ventura roster.
Yeah, as usual, Moorpark's outsized. I mean, these guys are looking like a small, university team out here, Ventura is.
Yeah.
And, Moorpark's no stranger to that. They're probably going to get out-rebounded, but they're going to make up for it with their aggressive defense.
Yeah. One thing, for their size, they definitely don't rebound as well as I thought they might. So a lot of their rebound, their turnovers per game, a little bit higher than most, and not the highest, but they're 34th. That's Moorpark. Ventura's not really doing much better. There's a lot of things that Ventura doesn't do well that you would think a lot of big guys would do very well, and one of them is going to be the rebounds margin. They're actually -2 overall, meaning teams have been out-rebounding them with their big size. I don't know where that comes from, if it's a hustle thing, what it is, but if Moorpark can find out what that niche is that helps them to get a little more rebounds are going to be the big difference, it seems like, in this game, to fight the size.
One thing that may skew that rebound statistic is, you get more defensive rebounds than offensive rebounds. And if Ventura, if they're making all their shots, and that doesn't leave many, it doesn't leave many rebounds to go around.
Yeah, one thing you also brought up, Hankerson has attempted 229 three-pointers this season, and when you shoot up threes and they don't go in, that's a long rebound also. So
yeah.
If they're going to be big players and shooting three-pointers, that's where I think we can get away with a lot more rebounds than them.
Yeah, Moorpark has to limit the second chance opportunities for Ventura. They can't let them chuck up a three and then get the rebound, reset the offense, and get another shot at it.
Exactly, especially with the size. One thing with the size is if you're going to be letting up defensive rebounds, they're going to go ahead and they're going to jump all over that, and they're going to just put it up right there in the paint.
Yep, exactly.
Now we're just about 2 minutes out from tip-off. Again, we're going to go over that the Moorpark's a little hurt. We have a couple guys that aren't playing. The starting roster's a little bit shaken up other than times. We still have Damian Wilson Jr. out there. We still have Larry Williams out there. A couple of starters. And again, I'm going to reiterate all game. Luis Herrera, our three-point shooter. He's going to have to play Steph. He could be Steph Curry or Klay Thompson today, either one. As long as his three is falling in, he's going to keep us in this game.
Yeah, the three-point shot, Moorpark's attack's going to hinge on that. If they're shooting well today, they can be right in this game. If they shoot poorly, this game can be over very early.
Very early, exactly.
Attention Raider fans, join us after the doubleheader for an enjoyable time.
And of course, don't forget, stay tuned. Even after tip-off at 1 p.m., 3 p.m. will be tip-off for women's basketball. Women, on the other hand, are a whole nother animal. Our women's team is doing very well for themselves, but they're going to have a very, very tough battle in Ventura's women's team today, who's equally as good, equally as hungry to come out with a win today with just 2 home games left. This will be the second how would you say that? That says we have one more home game left after this one. This is more or less Moorpark's last chance to really show who they are to their school before we end the season here at home on Wednesday. So teams are going separating. They're getting ready to go. And we will just give it just a couple moments as we listen for the national anthem and let the referees take over.
I would ask for everybody to please stand and honor our country in the playing of our national anthem.
and there we go. You know, it was the first game we've had home where we didn't have Billie Jean singing. It's a little bit different.
Yeah,
a
it
little
is.
quiet in the building. And
It was.
even on the field, she kind of owns the football field out there, and she's definitely been owning this gym ever since we've started home games here.
Yeah, she's kind of like a part of the teams out here.
Exactly, exactly. It's definitely quiet. We're missing something today not having her out here. So wherever she's at, I hope she's doing the best she can.
Number 2, Calvin Young.
And as the PA announcers rings in the players, we will wait to get this tip-off underway.
The 6'5" guard, number 11, Cordell Hankerson. The 6'5" forward, number 21, Ida Fennell. And the 6'7" forward, number 32, Trevor LaPellis. And now it's time for your Moorpark Raiders starting lineup. This starting lineup is presented to you by UCLA Health. It begins with you. And each player will be tossing out a UCLA Health rally towel and sunglasses into the crowd. So please stand up.
We've just had a third chair added to the game right now. Emery Johnson, normally the PA, the play-by-play or color analyst. He plays all three roles. Is here today. He was actually supposed to be at a baseball game. It was canceled because baseball players don't play in the rain.
No.
Emery, go ahead and introduce yourself. How are you going today?
Oh, hello, everybody. You know, I'm excited for basketball today for one reason in particular. This is Ventura versus Moorpark College, one of the oldest rivalries. Coming into this game, you obviously have to expect it doesn't matter what the record is on either team. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be exciting. And I'm very excited to be able to call this one, or help you out and call this one.
Yeah, no, this will be a fun game. Anytime you're playing Ventura, you know, everybody puts a little more oomph on everything. So we'll see how this game goes. As you've probably seen, I don't know if you've seen the stats yet, but Ventura is a lot of big boys.
Yeah, a lot of tall athletes. They usually recruit really well. It's one of those teams that's consistently very, very good, and has been for the last 10 years. And so it will be interesting to see how Coach Link takes his team and, you know, tries to motivate them for this big test that's going to be in front of them. Obviously, you talked about the stat line, putting up a lot of points this year. I was just recently talking to the broadcast team for Ventura, SoCal College Sports. They were talking about just the amount of points that these guys are able to put up, surely because of size. You know, you can outreach, out rebound, and out pass everybody. So
here we go. We got tip-off, a jump ball going off to get the game going. Nicholas Becerra. Becerra loses the tip-off. Ball's going to get right into the hands of Eddie Cowan, number 5. Eddie's going to start directing his team around. Finds an open man in the corner. Vida hits a 3 to start the game off.
And they're already showboating. That shows you just exactly what's going on with this rivalry here.
Yeah, exactly. Luis Herrera is able to start the game off, gets a nice little slash from Larry Williams. Williams is able to come up and answer back with the 2. Nice quick layup in between some defenders. Cordell Hankerson. Hankerson at the top of the key, gets it over to Calvin Young. Calvin Young back at the top of the key. Gets it back over to, oh, wow. Vida went for another 3 in that corner where he nailed the first one, wasn't able to get it up. That's Eddie Cowan's going to slow the ball down now, get his team to reorganize, get them back up. And there we go. Cordell Hankerson throwing up a 3. We talked about Cordell earlier in the pregame. Cordell's got 229 three-pointers.
230 now.
230 attempts
Wow.
from 3. Almost doubles the closest man to him with 119 on his team. There we are, Larry Williams at the top of the key. Trying to find some room down there. Kicks this back out to Elijah. Elijah back over to Larry. Larry trying to mix it up. Gets it over to Luis Herrera. Herrera for 3. Bounces off the rim, but Damian Wilson Jr. is able to go up there and get it, and he comes back. Turn around quick shot. Wasn't able to get it on the fall away. Back on defense really quickly as Ventura pushes the ball up the court.
Yeah. If the Raiders want to be able to find a way to compete with this high-scoring Ventura team, they're going to have to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Herrera. And if he starts throwing up 3s like he did at least last week, that will be advantageous for the Raiders here.
There we go, and there we go. Larry Williams to put the Raiders ahead early. with a quick 2. Raiders now leading 4-3, 18 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, Larry's out here playing like he's 3 men in himself. He's tearing it up on defense. Looks like he's going to be tiring himself out, but this guy's got a motor. He can keep going all game, and on offense, you've seen his drives.
Yes, he's definitely a hustle player, nonstop. Damian Wilson Jr. kind of slashing a quick spin and found some room in there. More or less made room, put up 2. Raiders 6-5. Hankerson gets it out to Vida. Vida back to Hankerson. Hankerson almost went for a 3, took a little quick step and went for it. Hankerson is 0 for 3 in shooting right now. One thing I stated earlier, if we can keep Hankerson taking threes, it's going to be making long rebounds for us to possibly come back and get. Vida gets it in up to Eddie Cowan. Cowan back out. That's Trevor LeCount. He's going to go ahead and find Calvin Young for a 3, and Calvin bounces that one off the rim. Damian Wilson Jr. with the rebound. Gets it to Holtz. Holtz goes up for 2, doesn't get it. Cowan on the fast break gets it over to Calvin Young. Calvin Young fights his way in there and gets 2 in. Moorpark trailing 6-7. Luis Herrera right on the outside of the 3 mark, gets it to Damian Wilson Jr. Wilson finds Holtz. Holtz trying to drive in there, kicks it way back out to Williams. Williams wide open for a 3, short. We can get that back out to Cowan. Cowan now setting everybody up in the offense, slowing it down a little bit. Gets that over to Vida. Vida go ahead and nails another 3. Vida's the 3-point shooter for these guys. He was not sticking out on the stats for 3-pointers, but he's already got 3, I believe. I think he's got 3 attempts. He's already nailed 2 of them. 6 points for Vida. Larry Williams back to Holtz. Holtz puts up a long 2. Off the rim and out. And there was a penalty on the play. It was a foul. Larry Williams will be called with that. First personal. Larry Williams' motor is definitely going to be a big factor in this game like you're talking about, Ryan. If he can keep up the intensity, we could see these Moorpark Raiders possibly keeping up. Right now they're down 4 as it's 6-10, trailing behind Ventura. Paul Moore tried to shoot a 3. No good.
And that's the thing.
On the rebound.
That's the thing with a team that has a lot of size. If you can force them to have to shoot threes or shoot long shots that are uncomfortable for them to shoot, you're going to find yourself possibly outscoring the other team. Depending on how it goes, the Raiders definitely trying to slow down Ventura's offense, but you can't give up wide open 3-point shots that often, or else they're going to eventually start dropping.
No, and again, Hankerson with the 3, no good. I don't think he shoots from anywhere besides 3, but Hankerson comes away with the steal from Damian Wilson. Quick dunk on the other side.
And going back to what you were saying about the dunk, or not the dunk, sorry, about the Raiders' defense is the Raiders are running a 2-3 zone, so they're trying to keep Ventura out of the key and trying to make him shoot those 3-pointers. And Ventura's been swinging around, they've been taking the threes, and they're not shooting a great percentage now, but if that changes, expect the Raiders to change their defense up, maybe a 3-2 zone, try to cover the perimeter a little bit
But again,
better.
The point is, when you have that much size, especially with Ventura, you're going to basically be able to own the inside if you can move the ball around well, and they have not done that yet. And I presume during this timeout, the head coach is going to be talking about specifically with this offense, let's try to get the ball inside, let's try to beat that zone that they're running so that they're forced to bring more guys inside, and then you can start opening up the shooting game.
Yep, kick it out. Right now we're in a timeout, 15:22 left in the first, 6-12, Raiders trailing behind Ventura Pirates. It's always a good battle when you get the Pirates fighting the Raiders. Right now the Raiders are falling behind a little bit, 6 points, but that's not a big deficit. We've seen them come back for more and almost come back last week against it was Oxnard. They were pretty far down, and they were able to bounce back. Almost got back in that game toward the end with the help of Jake Toddy. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it together long enough.
It always comes down to, for Moorpark College, it comes down to whether or not they can handle the ball well. And, if they're able to pass, if they're able to, do that quick, fast-style offense that Coach Link teaches, especially at the level that he played at, which is, professional A-League in France. you learn different styles of basketball, and they play a very quick style, a lot of, inside the key movement. That's how they play the game, and if they can start playing that style of offense, the Raiders are going to start rolling a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. When you see them succeed, it's because they're not giving up turnovers. They're not passing the ball in bad situations. They're making good passes.
Definitely, yeah. Wilson was able to put in 2 on that last play. Raiders now closing the gap 8-12.
Foul on Moorpark, number 21.
Looks like there was a foul on Moorpark. Nicholas Becerra called for a foul. Hankerson rebounds it to inbounds it to Cowan. Cowan calling a play, getting everybody organized. Tries to go in there and kind of throw a jump ball up to Vida.
But there's Larry Williams, the smallest guy on the court, though, getting in there, breaking that play up and forcing the inbounds.
Exactly. Smallest guy possibly against one of the biggest guys on Ventura's team. Vida goes for a long 2, doesn't get it. Rebound Becerra gets it over to Larry. Williams finds Herrera. Herrera tries to make a little shot. Doesn't look like he was going for a shot. Last second pass to Becerra down in the key.
Luckily, it gets a Ventura tip-off, so goes out of bounds. This ball is going to come back to the Raiders, and again, it comes over to the turnover battle.
Exactly.
How many times can you win the ball back and, be efficient on making points?
Raiders got Wilson Jr. inbounding it. Inbounds it to Becerra. Becerra gets it over to Herrera. Herrera looking for somewhere to get it out to. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson takes the 3. In and out. Rebound caught by Cohen. Cohen finds Calvin Young. Back to Cohen, back to Young. Young hits a 3 wide open, no good. Rebound by the Pirates. Cohen slowing down the ball again, gets everybody reset. Cowan gets to Hankerson. Hankerson fakes a 3. Ball movement all the way around the 3-point line. Hankerson setting himself up in that corner for a 3. We got Cowan trying to slash through the center right there.
And that's
looks
going
like
to be
he's traveling.
See, again, they're playing so well. You talked about it, Ryan. The zone that they're playing right now, it does not allow them to get penetration on the inside of the key, and you see him try to move inside, and there's so many Raiders, they immediately collapse in on the ball if you think you're going to try and take it solo. And so you obviously see him travel because he has nowhere to go except hold the ball and kind of try and run with it.
Yeah. So we see Wilson right here trying to set his play up. Bad ball handling, loses the ball. Turnover on Wilson, recovered by Pirates. Number 1, Isaiah Reyes is coming in right now. Reyes was able to get that ball from Wilson, but wasn't able to finish at the line or at the hoop on the other side. Finds Larry Williams. That was Herrera. Found Larry Williams at the bottom underneath the basket by himself. Nice and easy 2 for Larry Williams. Isaiah Reyes brings it to the top of the key, gets it over to Calvin Young. Calvin Young shoots a 3 over the basket, no good. Looks like that's going to be Moorpark ball as the ball bounced out of bounds. Yeah, that was kind of surprising to see Larry down there. Looks like he lost his man, was able to come up underneath, and Herrera saw it and shot the ball over there and got a quick 2. Raiders now only down 2. Raiders 10, Ventura 12, 12:58 left in the first. Holtz inbounds this to Wilson. Wilson going to step it up. Gets it over to Caden Young. Caden Young's going to find Kirkham. Kirkham over to Wilson. Wilson trying to back his man in right here. Nice play by Wilson. Wilson backed his man in a little bit. Looks like Hankerson didn't really want to play any defense on that. Kind of just took a step to the side and let him in.
Yeah, he went a little aggressive with the lunge there, and Wilson made him pay for it.
Exactly. There we go. Turnover. Damian Wilson was able to recover the ball. Gets it to Kirkham. Kirkham throws a long 3 and nails it.
Holy cow.
15-12. Moorpark over Ventura. 12-14 left in the first right now. Kirkham was deep on that 3, and he definitely laid that one in.
What a shot. And that, again, exclamation point right there.
Yes, sir. We got Reyes. Hankerson with another 3. No 3s for Hankerson so far. Ventura tried to save the ball as it was going out of bounds, just tossed it right to Moorpark. Wilson gives it to Kirkham again. Kirkham shoots for another 3. No good on this one. Ventura recovers the rebound. Reyes trying to get a fast break down the line. Paul Moore finds on the key on the outside of the three-point line. No good three-pointer. Kirkham with the rebound. Kirkham slowing it down, looking for some direction from his coach. Gets it over to Wilson. Wilson back to Kirkham. Kirkham at the top of the key trying to set something up. Gets it over to Caden Young. Caden Young over to Wilson. Wilson at the three-point line. Got his favorite guy, Hankerson, on him again. He's going to put up 2. Looks like that one's going to count.
Looks like they got the foul on the ground.
Foul on the ground. Wilson was fouled on that one, but the ball went in. Could have been possibly a three-point play. The ref isn't going to give it to him. Wilson inbounds this to Young. Young tries to go for a quick 2, about a 10-footer. No good, jump shot.
Moorpark Raiders number 33, Garrett Bilby.
So yeah, Garrett Bilby is coming in from Moorpark to play the center position, and if he doesn't play big down there and assert himself, he's going to get pushed around and get dominated by this Ventura team. So he's got to play bigger than how he has been.
Young with a 3. Damian Wilson Jr. was able to inbound that one to Young for a quick 3. Raiders now leading 18-12 over Ventura. 10:56 left in the first.
Here you go, another opportunity for the Raiders just to kind of expand on their lead. Don't allow them to get on the inside. There you go. You see a nice post move.
Play nice fundamental basketball.
And that's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots there.
Damian definitely reached in there, kind of stopped that. He knew right away when he kind of committed that.
Number 32, Trevor LeCount to shoot 2.
But again, you're forcing them to have to play the game and on the inside, and they're not really executing right now. There's the one missed free throw right there. And the Raiders are playing such tight defense right now. It's it almost looks like they're playing man, if you will, and press coverage for football. It's very difficult for them to find that separation. And the Raiders are doing a good job. They only get 1 free throw out of it. Still,
yeah, second
18
of
to
2
13.
goes in. Kirkham bringing the ball up the court, gets it to Wilson. Wilson over to Holtz. Holtz finds Young. Young gets Damian in there, loses his man. Damian tries to go up for a shot. Looks like they're not going to get it. He's going to get a foul on that one.
Yeah, Bilby draws the foul there. Again, when you're so tall and you can extend like that, it's easy to attract a foul. Especially, you see he didn't get a clean release on the ball and he barely even got his hands up there.
Yeah. The first one barely makes it to the rim and falls in for Bilby. Bilby's a solid free throw shooter usually. It's almost a guarantee a lot. High free throw percentage from him normally. Second one falls right in without a problem. Raiders now leading 20-13. Moorpark over the Ventura Pirates. 10:30 left in the first.
Which is kind of contrary. Sometimes you see these tall guys and they're not the best free throw shooters, and he does a good job of it.
And there goes Hankerson's first 3. Hankerson's been laying these threes down all game, but hasn't made a single one. That was the first one he's got in. He's our plus 230 attempts from three-point land. That's Kirkham trying to work around his man. Goes up for a small 2 and doesn't get it. Reyes on the fast break, forcing it down the lane. Finds Hankerson, and now Hankerson's threes are starting to fall. Another 3 from Hankerson. Just like that, the Raiders had a pretty big lead, and all of a sudden it's 2019 Raiders over Pirates.
Yeah, those are 2 huge shots there for Hankerson. It looked like the Raiders were starting to pull away a little, get the momentum. Then he comes back, hits 2 threes, and it's a 1-point game.
Exactly. And again, Bilby down there was able to get the offensive rebound, get it back out, and the second shot was missed where Ventura took over. Bilby's already shown his presence on the field. Hankerson goes for another 3, wasn't able to get that. Looks like there was a little battle of the rebounds.
The Raiders right now need to slow down. It looks like they're trying to play a little bit too fast.
There we go. Wilson's going to go ahead and draw the foul. If that would have fallen in, it would have been a little bit nicer. The ball was kind of bouncing around. But I agree, Emery. I think the Raiders are getting in the habit of seeing Ventura on fast breaks down and wanting to reply with the fast break also. They just got to stick to their game.
Yeah, it's not about playing the ball, with super fast. It's all about passing the right way and, moving the ball around in the right ways. And so, it comes down to it. It looks like, they're just kind of rushing everything. And as long as they can slow down, then they're going to get back into that nice slow roll that they had where they were building on that lead.
That's what they got to do to get back in this. Wilson is able to nail both twos. 22-19 Raiders over Ventura. 9:07 left in the first. Reyes at the top of the key, looking for where the ball to go.
Right
Finds
now,
Hengerson all the way on the opposite side of the court. Hengerson puts up a small J from about 10 feet out, 15.
and right now you just have to watch out where that number 11 jersey is, because he's the one who's dropping every single point that they've had so far in the last at least 5 minutes.
I mean, we talked about it. He's from Texas. He didn't come all the way out here not to hit threes.
Raiders are defending 2016 Western State Conference champions.
As they take a timeout, just give him a couple minutes. So far, like you said, scores 22-21, 8:54 in the game, in the first half left. What's Moorpark was, they kind of had their game together for a little bit, you know, a couple fast breaks, you know, trying to fight back with that. A couple three-pointers made by Hankerson really brought Ventura back in it. But without those three-pointers, you know, Ventura's kind of trailing behind. They're not playing basketball that we thought they'd be playing.
You know, but again, I always equate this to, you know, it comes back to this Ventura-Moorpark rivalry. I mean, everyone's hyped up for this game, especially in Moorpark. You know, you have to know Coach Link is telling these guys out on the court right now that, you know, play this game as if it's your last, because this is, you know, this is a pride game. We've already lost one in conference. This is our second chance. If we make it even, it's something to be proud of.
Exactly. So we got Holtz at the top. Holtz finds Bilby on the outside. Bilby back out. Kirkham trying to work on Reyes. Kirkham drives in. Looks like he's going to get a foul on that one. Kirkham was definitely trying to get around Reyes. Reyes was almost beat, but had to kind of get a little physical to get that stopped early. Damian finds Kirkham. Kirkham finds an open Bilby under the net.
Bilby's looking for and one right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, one thing I really like from Moorpark in the early going here is that they're not settling for threes. In a lot of games, they'll come out here and they'll just base their attack solely on threes. But here, they're trying to find cutters. They're driving a lot more. And, I mean, they got the three-point lead right now halfway through the first.
Hey, Coach Link's game plan has always been, you know, ball movement on the inside. If you watched them last year, you know, yeah, we had Larry Bush dropping threes every other shot, you know, but it was the ball movement on the inside, the slam dunks and opening it up, yeah, that allowed those threes to drop. And I think the Raiders have been kind of working the opposite way around it. They've been trying to shoot so they can open up the inside.
Yeah. And Holtz was able to get that rebound. Drove all the way back down the court by himself, wasn't able to get it. Little mix-up on the court between Young and Reyes. Flop it over each other on the fast break.
First personal, fourth team foul.
Looks like Young's going to catch a foul on that one. Isaiah Ramirez here to inbound this to Reyes.
We got a stoppage here. Kirkham looks like he's opened up.
A little bit of a wound there. That's what athletic trainers are here for, though. Gotta love them. Love them and hate them at the same time.
And here we are, Reyes bringing us across midcourt. Goes ahead. Reyes gets it into Vida. Vida kind of got a little fumbly with the ball and lost it as it got knocked out of his hands.
They're going to call a foul, though. Give it back to Ventura here on the baseline.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a foul, more or less. Vida having a bad handle on the ball.
So they said it was a grab there. Interesting. But nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say when he didn't have clear possession of the ball.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
How are you to say that, you know, okay, I guess maybe he might have grabbed his jersey, but maybe he's just fighting for position here.
Ramirez finds Hankerson. Back to Ramirez. Ramirez goes for a three. In and out. Hankerson jumps up there, gets that rebound, and puts it back in for two. That was one thing we alluded to in the pregame is if they're going to be getting these long threes, they got to make sure they limit how many times that Ventura is able to get the rebound on that. Ventura finds the rebound against Moorpark right there. Reyes drives all the way down the court on a fast break, goes up for two and no good. Elijah Holtz driving to the lane, goes up, looking for a foul as he fell down on his way. Didn't get anything. Reyes gets it to Hankerson. Hankerson passes it off. was Ryan Sells. Ryan Sells found Ryan Ramirez before he went for it. Henderson now at the top of the three gets it to Ramirez. Ramirez again to Sells. Sells finds Henderson in the far corner, almost out of bounds. A lot of ball movement right here. Still 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, this ball movement's going to wear Moorpark down as we move along.
Yes, it is. That Sells on the rebound and a quick turnaround and shot. Two goes in for him. Moorpark now tied 25-25 with 6:26 left in the first. Holtz says Kirkham waiting for his team to set up a little bit. Finds Holtz right there. Holtz puts it up.
There you go.
There you go.
So those are the short jumpers that we're talking about, you know, working the ball inside of the key, making your team dangerous from any part of the court, you know, as opposed to just from the three-point line or just from inside of the key. Those short jumpers really do a lot for your offense.
There we go. Quick, easy two for Vida. Looks like a miscommunication on defense from Moorpark. Wilson's going to bring this across midcourt. Got Hankerson on him. Kirkham over to Holtz. Holtz driving in, gets it out to Bilby. Bilby, nice long two, puts it in. 29-27, 5:29 left. Moorpark leading these Pirates, surprisingly so. You know, this is making me believe that this game is going to be a lot harder for Ventura to come out on a win than we were thinking originally. Ventura looking at possibly having a second loss if they don't pick this up.
Yeah, again, you know, but it comes down to, you know, there's a lot of energy coming into this game. You know, the Raiders are playing good ball right now. I cannot say enough about it. You know, Ventura's playing, you know, they're okay right now. But Moorpark is really being efficient, and, you know, they're taking advantage of the situations that they've been given. You know, Ryan, go into the offense here for a second. You know, I mean, what's your take? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, Moorpark looks like a well-polished team on offense. They aren't just hitting threes. They're moving the ball inside. They're, you know, making cuts, getting open jumpers, mid-range. I mean, they're just doing it all on offense.
Yeah, and again, as we were talking about, the way Ventura moves that ball will wear Moorpark down eventually, you know. They have really great ball movement around the three-point line. And they can kind of just bounce it back and forth, but it seems like an eternity. You look at the shot clock, and there's still 16, 17 seconds left. Here we are. We got Eddie Cowan back in the game for Pirates. Gets it over to Vida. Vida kind of working on Becerra and just kind of puts it up over his head with a length on him and puts it in for two. Tied up 29-29. 5 minutes exactly left in the first. Larry Williams working at the top of the key on Cowan. Finds Ryan McCarthy. McCarthy gets it over to Damian Wilson Jr. in the corner. Wilson has a quick step up and nails it. That was beautiful by Damian Wilson.
such a nasty shot when you can just turn around and snap like that. That's what Kobe used to do.
Yes, it is. Very Kobe-esque. Vida in the key. Finds Ramirez at the outside of three. Bounces off the backboard, no good. Moorpark rebound. Wilson Jr. driving all the way down the court just to get denied. Ball was just a little fast, kind of bounced off the backboard and bounced right off the rim. Maybe a little slower would have got that ball in there.
A little more finesse.
Exactly.
Flick of the wrist.
Yep.
Just the flick of the wrist. Holtz is coming in for Wilson right now. Ryan McCarthy to inbound this one, looking for somebody to get it to. Finds Elijah Holtz on the outside. Holtz gets it to Williams. Williams at the top. Gets it to Holtz again. Holtz going to drive in, open lane.
There it
is.
And the foul.
And a foul. That was a bad play on Ventura's part. They saw Holtz beat him, and their only way was possibly to try and come down on top of him. And Holtz still got it in there, even though he's going to make this possibly a three-point play. The Raiders now lead 33-29, 4:09 left in the first.
Yeah, great take by Holtz there. He made his mind up that he was taken to the basket and nothing was going to stop him.
Yep, it was a wide open lane for him, and they closed on the gap really quickly on him. Reyes back in the game for Ventura.
So looking to extend on the lead here. There it is, 5 points.
5 points game.
Excuse me.
Raiders now leading 34-29, 4:08 left in the game, or in the first half, excuse me. Vida at the top of the key. Ball finds its way to Ryan Sells. Sells the Vida back and forth. Sells at the top of the three, doesn't get it. Larry Williams on the rebound. Williams fast break driving in there, just trying to go for it, doesn't get anything. You know, he's one of the smaller guys on Moorpark and was just battling two big guys, but of course was the first man back down on the other side of the court playing defense. Again, Williams with that hustle, kind of grabbing his groin there. Hopefully he's not injured. Definitely need his motor for the rest of the game.
Wish we had replay. It looked like he kind of got hit between the legs there.
Oh, it's tough.
That's
Real tough.
We have them in baseball. We have cups, but
I don't think any other sport actually uses
yeah,
it.
no other
No.
sports. Wrestlers actually.
Oh, wrestlers.
Wrestling's
there we go.
the other one.
I think football is almost mandatory, but none of them use it.
Definitely not.
There we go. And
It's just so it incapacitates you. You really can't do anything. It's the worst invention ever, but it's necessary.
it is.
The catchers have to wear it.
Well, getting back to the game.
Yes, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
McCarthy for three.
We're missing threes over here.
And again, now an 8-point game, 3:13 left in the first. Ryan McCarthy nails his first three of the game. Ventura on offense. Sells looking for someone to get the ball to, finds Henderson in the corner, goes for three, no good.
There's Larry drawing a foul on the rebound.
There we go, Larry.
So now you're on the one-on-one. You have 18 fouls. It's it's those kind of things where you have to play aggressive and make the other team be over-aggressive in these situations. Larry getting that foul, that's huge here for the rest of the remaining 2:58 in this half.
Yes.
Because now every single foul you get a chance at the line.
Exactly. Now in the bonus. Ventura was in the bonus a little earlier than Moorpark, but didn't take too much advantage of that. Williams goes in for one. A chance to extend the lead by 10 right here with just under 3 minutes left in the first.
There
Williams
you go.
hits the second. Now they do lead 39-29. Ventura trailing by 10 to Moorpark Raiders. Both point guards for Ventura seem to be on the court right now. We have Reyes and Cowan. Cowan finds Hankerson.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad for Ventura to go with a smaller lineup here, considering how small Moorpark is.
Yeah, and it's beating him right now.
I mean, if the Raiders have proved in anything that they can prevent them from making the inside shot, or they've basically taken away the outside. There's no three-point shots coming from Ventura at the moment, and the ball movement on the inside hasn't been very good.
And that last play, that was a lucky tip as Williams goes up for a quick layup. Looks like him.
That's a questionable call there.
I don't know what that was.
I didn't see Becerra make too much contact, but they're going to get him with the push on the rebound.
On the play before that, when the play clock was winding down, made it all the way to one, and Vida was able to kind of just tip it up, and it fell right in the hoop as if they're magnetic.
Number 4, Damian Wilson Jr.
So Damian Wilson Jr. coming back in the game right now. With Luis Herrera as well. Cowan will go ahead and take his free throws right now. 2:13 left, 39-31. Moorpark leading Ventura. Bouncing around for the rebound. Holtz was able to come on top of it after Damian was kind of bouncing it up and down. Oh, looks like there's a little confusion right there. Damian ran into his own guy, Larry Williams, and knocked him over. Looks like the ball's turned over.
Number 5,
Eddie Cohen.
first personal.
It's gonna be on Ventura,
that
and
is
it's gonna
gonna be
send
on
Larry to the line.
There we go. Exactly what we need to happen.
At the game for your Moorpark Raiders, number 1, Taylor Kirkham.
Taylor Kirkham makes his way back into the game. With just 2:03 left in the first, Larry gets a chance to extend the lead. Williams does not go in. Reyes setting up, gets the ball about mid-court right now.
And the Raiders switching into a 3-2 zone here to close out the half. Try to eliminate those three-pointers.
And again, the ball movement.
Foul on Moorpark, number 11.
Looks like
Elijah Holtz.
they're going to
Second
catch
personal,
Holtz
18
on
fouls.
a personal foul.
And the game for Moorpark Raiders, number 33, Garrett Bilby.
Garrett Bilby back into the game.
21, Vida Fidel.
One of our centers, but not exactly the tallest. I think he's 6'5". He might be our tallest guy on the team. First one goes in for Vida. Second goes in for Vida. Shortens the lead to 39-33. Moorpark Raiders over Ventura Pirates. Larry Williams bringing the ball up. Finds Kirkham on the outside of the three. Bad pass by Kirkham, intercepted by Reyes. Reyes goes up for it, and McCarthy had to foul him to get that one to stop. It was an easy layup for Reyes. If he didn't make a move right there, Reyes would go to the line, take his charity shots.
First personal, 19.
1:31 left in the first, 39-33, Raiders over Ventura.
Excuse me, to shoot 2.
Reyes first falls right in, nothing but net.
And the game for the Flyers, number 4, Ryan Sells.
Reyes second. Falls right in without a problem as well. Larry Williams will go ahead and bring this one up, setting up the team as he brings the ball right over the midpoint. Wilson setting up a screen for Williams. Williams couldn't do anything with it, gets it to Ryan. McCarthy puts up a long two, no good. Looking like some,
Great effort there by Larry
Wow.
Williams.
Wow.
He dove on that ball, saved it, and got the timeout off.
There we go. Larry Williams was, again, coming through with the hustle plays, was able to intercept that ball on the rebound. Hengerson thought it was going to be a quick back turnaround to get it to his point guard, and Williams was there to intercept it and kind of cause some problems, get the ball from Moorpark. After the Ventura was starting to come back a little bit, shorten that lead from 10 to now 4. Just 1 minute left in the first. 39-35, Moorpark Raiders over Ventura Pirates.
Yeah, let's see what Moorpark has drawn up here coming out the timeout. They have the 2-for-1 opportunity here, and we'll see if they take advantage of it.
And if you had to ask me if the Moorpark would be leading by 4 with a minute left before the half, that would have been hard for me to believe, but it's happening, and they're playing very well small ball against this big Ventura team. Williams, at the top of the key, gets it to Wilson. Wilson finds a little space and puts up a jumper, no good, but Bilby's on there on the rebound in the paint. Looks like Bilby hurt himself on that one.
Looks like that injured ankle of Bilby's is
Starting to
landed
flare
on
up.
it wrong, yeah.
He's having a hard time getting off the court.
Damian Wilson Jr.
Looks like we're going to see Becerra back in.
Game for your Moorpark Raiders, number 21, Nicholas Becerra.
Bilby's going to be going over to the athletic trainer right now to get worked on. 39-35, 43 seconds left in the first. Ryan Sells with the free throw. First one falls in after a couple bounces.
Ventura's really making a run here on free throws. It's 5 straight points
Yes,
from
they
the
are.
line.
Make that 6. Raiders now only leading by 2, 39-37. 40 seconds left in the first. Giving up a 10-point lead earlier in the game. Now just 2 points. Larry trying to get at the top of the key to find somebody to get an open lane. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson over to Kirkham. Kirkham gets it to Williams. Williams goes to drive and step back and puts it in. 41-37, 16 seconds left. Looks like Reyes is going to hold on to this for the final shot. 11 seconds. Trying to find a play. Gets it to Vida. Vida goes in there.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Fans do not like that call.
I don't like that.
no, that
That's
was
charging, if
That was
anything.
charging. I almost called charging before the whistle happened right there. Vida's going to get a chance to go for 2. He came in there hot, and looks like Damian was set up already by the time before he even got the ball. We'll see if this goes. 3.8 left. Vida sticks one in. 41-38. 3.8 left in the first. 10 fouls for Moorpark, 9 for Ventura. Looks like a little taunting on the court already. Nice little effort by the Raiders to try and get this going. We're going to go ahead and take a break for halftime right now. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes.
It's now halftime. Moorpark College Athletics would like to ask for all fans to stay in the stands. Only players allowed on the court. So the women's and men's basketball teams are the only players allowed on the court. Once again, all fans, please stay in the stands. Thank you.
No, hold on. All right, ready.
And we are back. After halftime, the now Raiders are only leading by 2, 41-39. Fresh clock, 20 minutes left in the game. Williams at the top of the key. Gets it to Holtz. Holtz goes to drive in. Quick spin around. Isn't able to get it. Bounces out. That's Vida with the rebound. Larry Williams hustling his way back down. Hankerson finds some room, puts up a jumper, no good. Gets it to Vida. Vida finds, that was Calvin Young, was able to put that in.
Raiders looking a little out of control here to start things off. They got to
Yeah.
settle in and find a rhythm.
Yeah, definitely sometimes getting a little too much energy or something like that. They came in really hot. They just need to settle down, like you said, and get back in the groove they were in. That was Damian Williams with the long two. It was nice defense by Ventura. I don't think I've seen Vida come off the court since he's been playing.
Out of bounds. Raiders ball.
That was out of bounds on Hankerson. Hankerson, for as talented as he is, he's kind of sloppy in a lot of little ways. Like I think he's got 2 balls that are already out of bounds and a bad pass. Here we go. Elijah Holtz. Holtz over to Becerra. Becerra finds Williams. Williams slashing in the center, gets cut off. It looks like it's a foul. Foul's going to go against Cowan.
Ventura, number 5, and going. Second personal, first team foul.
Here we go. Wilson finds Holtz. Holtz, long two, wasn't able to get it. Rebound Ventura. Cowan bringing it up court.
Foul on Moorpark, number 3.
Looks like Larry's going to get called for a foul. Williams. 41-41, 18:32 left in the game. There we go. Cowan finds Hankerson, puts it in 2. Ventura with the first lead they've had since the beginning of the game. 43-41 Ventura. 18-18 left in the game. Holtz gets it to Williams. Williams working around his defender. Gets it to Wilson Jr. Wilson Jr. loses the ball. Recovered by Ventura, finds Hankerson on the outside. Hankerson no good from 3. Hankerson reached in there and went after that ball so aggressively that time. I don't know what he was thinking right there.
Wilson's playing sloppy here to start out the second. He got bailed out on that call. You got Hankerson to reach, but he needs to settle in here.
Williams gets it over to Wilson. Wilson to Elijah. Back to Wilson. Wilson with a 15-foot fall away, doesn't even touch the rim. Cowan tries to get this pass over to Hankerson. Hankerson lost his footing and went down. Ball's going to be out on Ventura. Wilson Jr. to inbound the ball from Moorpark. Wilson seems to be a little frustrated on the sidelines as he inbounded that ball. Gets to Wilson. Wilson makes it across half court. Gets it to Herrera, over to Becerra. Williams to Becerra. Becerra working his man on in. Nice pass behind his guy. Gets it to Holtz. Elijah Holtz with a nice 2. Ties up the game, 43-43, 17 minutes left in the game.
And this is where the Raiders are going to have to really work on their play. Obviously, there's the three-pointer coming in, but the Raiders have to really think about how they're playing the ball inside, and that's been the issue so far, as they've not been dropping the shots. And it's been very easy for Ventura to defend the ball here.
It's a different Moorpark team than when we saw in the first half.
Yeah, Ventura's just playing a lot tighter defense here. They aren't letting Moorpark get anything easy.
They are not, and Vida is going to be called on the foul on that one. Vida was actually the one who just hit the three-pointer wide open, putting Ventura up 46-43 with 16:42 left in the second half. Wilson inbounds to Becerra. Becerra finds Williams at the top. Becerra gets it to Wilson Jr. Wilson Jr. is going to slash in there and try and go for two. Not enough finesse on that one. Opposite side of the court, Ventura is going to fire all the way down to try and get a layup. No good, Ventura. Rebound, Nicholas Becerra. Williams gets it to Herrera. Herrera finds Wilson for the three, no good. Rebound, Ventura. Cowan at the top just gets past midcourt, really taking his time getting his team set up correctly. Got Luis Herrera on him. He fed the ball into LaCourte. LaCourte tried to get it out to Hangerson. Long three again, no good for Hangerson. Rebound Moorpark, finds Becerra down there. Easy two for Becerra. Hangerson just let him take that. Hangerson, hasn't been playing much defense as much as he likes to put these threes up.
It doesn't look like he's moving around the court very well, possibly an ankle injury. He's running basically almost on his toes, and he's not really extending his legs at all when he's taking a step.
Just kind of jogging it around like he said, gingerly stepping on the court. 45-48, 15:22 left in the game. Williams working on his man. Finds Herrera for three. Herrera goes in and out. Ventura working back toward their side of the court. Cowan taking his time as always. Finds Calvin Young for three. Calvin Young puts this three in.
And you see they have the big man, number 25, getting ready to come onto the court here for Ventura. Obviously, now that they've noticed they've been putting threes up on the board, they can now start trying to work on the inside game and just expand on this lead that they've created here.
Fast break for Ventura. Get Calvin Young puts in two. Now extending the lead. Ventura is 53-45, 14:32 left in the game.
Yeah, Moorpark had to call a timeout here to stop the run. And, if Ventura scores a few more here, it can start to get out of hand.
Definitely so. Timeout over, 14:30 left in the game. Williams bringing this ball across midcourt. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson trying to set up a screen for Holtz. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound Vida. Vida gets it to Hankerson. Hankerson gets it over to his point guard. That's Isaiah Reyes. Isaiah Reyes taking his time to figure out where he wants to go with this ball. Reyes gets it over to Young again. Young puts up another three, nothing but net. 56-45 as Ventura starts to break away from this Moorpark team. With Taylor Kirkham trying to drive in there. Becerra is able to save that one and get that ball in there. First points that Moorpark has seen in a while. 47-56, 13:28 left in the game. Reyes taking his time setting the team up. Hankerson at the top of the three. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Finds Hankerson on the outside of the three. No good. Hankerson's three. Fast break from Moorpark. Finds Becerra way down there.
Great find there, like a quarterback.
Yeah, that was like a quarterback.
Easy points.
There you go. 49-56, 12:50 left in the game.
It'd be nice if they could put 6 up on the board instead of 2.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Plus a free throw, make it 7.
Yeah.
Hey, I think if you
Complete
throw the ball from 3/4 of the court to one player and it's just a quick pass, it should be a 3-point play. Now 49-56. Raiders trying to get this game back into their hands. Wilson Jr. to inbound it to Williams. Williams moves down court just to get the ball into Damian. Williams at the top of the key, finds Elijah Holtz. Holtz tries to feed Damian on the inside. Damian almost fumbled it and got it back together. Puts in 2, 51-56 as Moorpark's climbing back into this. Moorpark all of a sudden seems to have a little more energy than they did just 2 minutes ago. And of course, Williams Jr., or Williams, Larry Williams that is our hustle player of the year already. He is on both sides of the courts at all times. Was able to get up there, kind of tip that rebound and get Ventura to knock it out. Wilson Jr. setting up his team, crossing midcourt. Gets it to Becerra. Becerra over to Williams. Williams finds Holtz wide open at the top. Holtz tries to slash in there, goes up for 2, gonna find a free throw. Vida's very confused on what he did wrong, but it was pretty clear from up here that there was a lot of contact on that one.
No one's ever going to admit to a foul.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I don't know if anybody saw the LeBron dunk the other day that he faked the foul on, where he missed the dunk and fell flat on his face and got up mad at the ref. I was like, come on, man. Nobody even got touched you. It's got to be a basketball player thing.
Flopping.
Flopping.
Oh, talking about my favorite sport, soccer.
And refs are just going to take a second to clean up the court a little bit. It looks like it was a little wet from the foul of Holtz hitting the ground. Holtz to take his 2. First one bounces almost out, hits off the backboard and falls in.
By the way, talking point here, Ventura's already accumulated 5 fouls here in the first almost 10 minutes of this half. You go into one-on-one, that gives the Raiders a chance.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to protect a lead here, and that definitely does not help out the cause for them.
Second one falls in. Oh, Reyes working across half court again. Taking his time, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Working the ball around. Nice ball movement as always from Ventura. They try and take as little as shots as they have to. They don't force too many shots, and they find the open man in Young. Young is on fire with the threes. Now 59-56 of Ventura over Moorpark. 11:30 left in the game. Williams brings it up across court. Williams moved the ball around, slashes to the hoop, finds 2.
Great take, great finish there by Larry.
And Larry, when in his size, he doesn't have the ability to muscle people around like you'd see a guy like LeBron James do. But when he works on the inside and he finds that free space, he's definitely
It is
Definitely an asset for the Raiders to.
He's a
every
finesse
other
player.
play, he is in the air higher than anybody else is.
Third personal, second team foul. Number 21.
Damien's going to have to start watching out. He's looking for that number 5.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to take him out here, but you know, there's still half to 11 minutes to play, so you can't be picking up that 4th foul anytime soon.
No. 11 minutes left in the game, 60-55 Raiders. Ventura has 5 fouls to Moorpark's 2 fouls. Williams bringing this ball across midcourt. Wilson to Holtz. Holtz to Becerra. Becerra setting up a screen for Williams. Williams working his way into the paint. Gets it back out to Kirkham. Kirkham drives in and puts up a J. No good. Looks like it's going to be Moorpark ball.
And there's Larry Williams getting involved again and helping Moorpark out. They're going to keep possession thanks to him.
Yeah, see, you know, he kind of swatted at that ball and forced Ventura to try and swat for it a little harder, knock the ball out of bounds. Wilson Jr. is going to find Holtz. Holtz gets it to Williams. Williams slashing it in the paint. Puts up 2, no good.
Yeah, we've had nothing but praise for Williams, but that's when he's got to finish there.
Yeah.
We need those points.
Gets another foul for Moorpark. It's 55-61, Ventura leading by 6. It was Ryan Sells to drive in there, try and get something out of it. Got a little sloppy with the ball and turned the ball over to Moorpark. Nice ball movement by Moorpark, making the Ventura really hustle around to play some defense. Kirkham tries to drive in there, finds a wide open Elijah Holtz. Holtz can't hit it from 3. Rebound Ventura. Reyes looking for an open man. He's got Vida down in the paint. Vida's got 4 men around him from Moorpark. Gets it to Hankerson. Hankerson misses a jumper. Gets it to Calvin Young, who cannot miss from 3-point land right now. That has got to be his 4th or 5th 3-pointer. Really gashing Moorpark Raiders. Now 64-55, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, the ball movement there and the cutting by Ventura it got Moorpark out of sync on that on defense, and they kicked it out for an easy 3.
You know, when you can trust the 3-point shots like that, I mean, it doesn't help the Raiders in any way, shape, or form, because now, you know, what they've been doing is isolating that outside shot, being their moneymaker is the fact that Ventura could not shoot on the inside, but now that they're shooting away, it's definitely a dagger in the heart of their game plan at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how Coach Link wants to attack this now. You know, possibly a defensive change.
Yeah, I mean, if Ventura proves they can hit the 3s, it'll suck the air right out of Moorpark.
Here we go, timeout over, 9:30. Ventura leading by 9. Damian Wilson. Young to Becerra, Becerra to Kirkham, Kirkham over to Elijah Holtz for a jumper, long 2, gets it in though, 57-64, Elijah Holtz with the jumper. You know, Moorpark's not pressing on the defense like they were in the first half, and that could be the difference in this game right now. Wilson needs to watch it. We are just talking about his fouls. Look like he caught his 5th right now.
Yeah, that's number 4.
That's number 4.
So he's going to have to come off the court here.
4th personal, 4th team foul.
Looks like they'll keep him in, actually.
They need everything they can right now.
Surprising, though.
2-point basket there. Makes it a 9-point game.
Holtz trying to work around, finds Kirkham. Kirkham at the top. Kirkham takes a step back for a long three and drains it, dropping the lead down to 6 for Ventura, 60-66, 8:18 left in the game.
Definitely helps the cause there.
A turnover and a score really makes a difference in this game at this point for Moorpark. Wide open three-pointer for Sells. That's Sells for no good, bounces off the rim. Wilson's gonna push the ball up to Holtz. Holtz is gonna go for 2, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out to Kirkham. Kirkham way out there thinking about going for 3. Decides to pass it on, gets it back to Holtz. Holtz driving in again.
Oh, and
gets
there it is.
2 plus 1. There we go.
Holtz uses his body to keep the defender off him, creates space for the ball, and a strong finish there to get the and 1.
Now, if you look at it here, strategically, 3-point play, that brings it within 3.
That's
Ventura
huge.
cannot play comfortable, which I think it was interesting because they started to get complacent there. And
Yeah.
it was, they couldn't figure out a way to defend it.
Almost kind of like Ventura is playing down.
Yeah.
So that third one goes in, 63-66, 7:44 left in the game. Moorpark not giving up on this, and this is a very defensive game. Finds a wide open Hankerson. Hankerson hits another 3. Hankerson not hitting as many threes as it looks like he normally does, but he's definitely laid a couple in. Kind of answers back to that three-point play. Erases any type of comeback Moorpark was coming back with. Young finds Williams. Williams trying to dribble on Hankerson. Gets him to step back a little bit and puts up a J for 2. That was a nice little play by Williams. 65-69, 6:55 left in the game right now. Great defense by Nicholas Becerra. Are you?
The ref right next to the play didn't call the foul. It was the ref out near half court.
That was 100% ball. Oh, my
That was
goodness.
all ball. All ball.
I can't believe they
Sells
called
only a 71% free throw shooter, puts the first one in.
That's going to be a violation on Ventura.
Lane violation against Ventura.
that. So it's only a 5-point lead.
This game is still in Moorpark's hands.
Number 5, Eddie Goen.
Fouls are 6-5. Ventura has 6. Moorpark has 5. Williams brings the ball across midcourt. Holtz at the top of the 3.
Wow.
Good. 68-70. Moorpark coming back against this Ventura Pirates team. 6:20 left in the game. These three-pointers are saving the Moorpark Raiders. Vida, nice ball movement. No good by Hankerson, short on the three-point.
And there it is, another foul. That brings
Another
up to 7, and
foul.
that's going to be the one-on-one. There's the 7th foul.
There it is.
7th team foul.
Another hustle play by Larry Williams there, though.
All day for Larry Williams, as Larry's going to go to the charity line to try and shorten this gap in between.
And yeah, I mean, this being a bonus situation is huge because Larry got fouled back at three-quarters court, and you know Moorpark has no play going on, but now they're going to be sent right to the line with the chance to make 2.
First one doesn't go in.
Larry usually pretty accurate there.
Yeah, that could have tied the game. Those two would have
Yeah.
been huge.
Larry, not the greatest free throw shooter himself, only at 42% from free throw.
That's rough.
Those are your free shots.
Then negate what I just said. I was going on what I saw earlier in the game. He had 2 free throws earlier.
Yeah,
He
I know.
made it
I
look
agree.
really easy.
Exactly. I looked down at the score chart to see how high it was, and I was not expecting to see that 40 in there. Kirkham finds Holtz. Holtz trying to slash in there. It looks like
And they're going to go back to the line.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hard foul there.
Hard foul to Holtz's face.
It hits him right in the head.
Hard to see what's going on down there, but Holtz may have been poked in the eye, or who knows.
Looks like
what
he
it
took
is.
maybe a shoulder to the eye of Reyes.
Credit Young for cleaning up the mess right now. We don't have some young guys to go out there with the little scrubbers and dry it up really quick.
Don't have that budget.
Those are all hired hands.
Here we go, 68-70. Chance to shorten the gap.
Kirkham makes a nice throw across the court with the towel.
Holtz lays down the first one. Holtz, a 62% free throw shooter. Not the greatest, but looks like he's going to be able to get the job done. Shortens the gap to 1, possibly tie the game right now. And he ties the
There it
game.
is.
70-70, 5:21 left in this game. Moorpark ties Ventura. Just 5 minutes left. Ventura trying to move the ball around. Bad pass. Gets Moorpark on a fast break. Finds Caden Young wide open for a 3, but isn't able to get it. But Becerra gets the rebound, puts it back in for 2, giving the Raiders the lead again, 72-70. 4:55 left in the game. Ventura seems to start scrambling. They weren't expecting to be down this late in the game. Only down 2, but they seem a little rushed and flustered and confused. I can see them arguing a little bit on the court as the ball movement is going around.
Raiders got a box out there, and Ventura's going to get a second chance opportunity now.
Exactly. Whole second 25-second shot clock. Looks like Moorpark's going to get a hold of this one.
Damian Wilson Jr.
Here we go. Williams bringing it up across half court, leading 72-70. 4 minutes left in the game. Kirkham finds Becerra. Becerra moves it all over to Wilson. Wilson takes a step up. Really long
there
two.
it is for 2.
That was a very long 2, but nonetheless, it was 2 points extending the lead for Moorpark.
Yeah, right when he took that shot, I was about to say, you know, I'd like to see Moorpark find better shots than that, but he hit it, so I can't complain.
Exactly.
Anyway, right?
Sometimes just got to pay attention just right where you're at, you know, but if you make it, it's one of those things it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Now team's going over how to finish this game off. Ventura's figuring out how they can come back and take over this game again. very manageable, 74-70 as the Raiders lead Ventura's Pirates.
Yeah,
Three-
Moorpark can't get too conservative here on offense. They have the lead, but it's only 4 points. And, you know, if
And
you're playing back and just trying to waste time, you aren't going to get anywhere.
Link, he's definitely not going to be conservative in these situations. But I do agree with you. You know, don't settle for bad shots. Don't just think that you can get away with it because you have the lead. And I think that's an important talking point to have here.
There you go, 3:40 left in the game. Reyes for a 3, air ball.
Completely
William
airballs it.
completely. That was the first 3 I've seen him shoot all game. So I don't think that is really his cup of tea. We got Kirkham finds Becerra at the top. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson over to Holtz. Holtz going to slash in, comes back out. Finds Kirkham. Kirkham gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Fast break for Ventura. Reyes going up for 2. Who else besides Larry Williams be there defending him? Larry was not able to get it. It looks like he was hit in the mouth on that one. Wilson trying to make some moves, gets into the paint. Looks like he may have called the foul.
And he's going to get to the line.
Wilson's going to get to the...
Shooting the 1-and-1 still.
Let's extend those fouls another 9. So Ventura is now at 9 fouls on the game.
Almost getting into the double bonus here.
I believe they technically have 20 fouls on the game already.
Jeez. That is unreal.
And what's unfortunate is Larry Williams had to come out there because he did get hit in the mouth on that last play. So the Raiders going to have to play without one of their stars.
Yeah, that hustle really is noticed when he's not on the court.
Well, still maintaining the lead here. Ventura scores 2.
Yeah, it looks
the
like
Raiders
Williams
bounce back,
is now
score 2.
bleeding as they're trying to patch him up down there. Oh, and Vida is going to find 2 after fighting down there for a moment. Raiders 76, Ventura 74, 2:25 left in the game. Wilson brings it up across half court. Young trying to figure out what to do with it. Moves on to Becerra. Becerra gets it to Wilson. Wilson's going to take care of this one. Try and work around Hankerson. Hankerson with good defense.
A tough shot there from Damian Wilson, Jr.
It looks like Caden Young's going to get a foul called on him for right there.
He said a push, but
Yeah, I didn't
push
see
came
a
from
push.
Ventura.
Yeah, I was going to say Ventura pushed. Sometimes it's hard to see. I know those are bang-bang plays, and for the refs, they don't have replay down here, but...
And these aren't NBA refs. What? I didn't say that.
Reyes tries to get the ball into Vida. Vida.
Oh, that's got to
wow.
be a foul. Larry playing a little too aggressively there. He ends up landing.
Larry's still frustrated
on
about
Vida
that
for now.
first.
And that's going to be his 4th personal. So now he has to watch out.
Yeah, you don't want to look ahead too far, but if this game does end up going into overtime, the Raiders, you know, arguably 2 of their best players are going to be sitting at 4 fouls.
Yep.
And that's a dangerous situation to have.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to step away after this timeout. We'll see you in a moment.
All right, and we are back. 1:51 left in the game. Moorpark holding on to a lead of 2 points, 76-74. Vida might be making that a difference right now. First one goes up and in without a problem. 76-75, possibly could be tying this game up for Ventura. And again, alluding to what you said a second ago, Ryan, if we do go into overtime, two of the best players from Moorpark, at least performing today,
And they're both on the court right now.
could be out, and both are on the court as we speak.
And they're both aggressive players.
Yeah.
Wilson backing in Hankerson. Oh, thought he had Becerra right there. It's a little miscommunication, threw the ball out of bounds. Threw it right at the National Guard table.
Don't want to be taking shots at the U.S. military.
That's what I was going at. It'll be a timeout. Give both teams another second to put things together now that we're breaking into this last minute, 76-76. We'll step away for one moment. And we are back. 1:26 left in the game, 76-76. Moorpark tied with Ventura. Reyes at the top, trying to figure out what to do with the ball. Finds Hankerson wide open in the corner for three. Hankerson misses that three.
Is the hesitation that actually Larry Williams caused him to miss that shot. He tried to step in and step back, but he didn't get his footing right, and he ended up taking a bad shot out of that.
Holtz finds Becerra. Becerra trying to figure out what to do with the ball. Steps up, gives it to Holtz. Defense is really being pressed on Moorpark right now. Looks like there's going to be a foul called on Cowan. Frustration from Ventura's side. They're going to be sending Holtz to the line. Elijah Holtz, a 62% free throw shooter. This is the charity line, and the game is on the line. 50 seconds left in the game, 76-76. First one goes in. Moorpark leads 77-76. Holtz able to make a 2-point game right now. It's up and falls in without a problem. 78-76, 50.2 seconds left on the clock. Moorpark definitely pushing Ventura to their hardest challenge, it seems like, all year long. They find Hankerson for three again. Hankerson bounces off the rim and out. Looks like Calvin Young was trying to turn around and fight that back in. Looks like a foul is going to be called on Moorpark.
I don't agree with that at all.
No, not
Holtz
at
had
all.
his hands up the whole time, and any contact was incidental, and it was caused by the Ventura player. So
Well, Moorpark just has to box out there. You can't let a guard be getting rebounds right under the rim,
This is true.
especially in the
First
last
one.
35 seconds.
First shot does not go in for Calvin Young.
In the game for your Moorpark Raiders, number 2, Caden Young.
Calvin Young, typically a 71% free throw shooter, misses that first one, giving his team less of a chance to tie this up. Second one falls in without a problem. Wilson, they're playing some press defense, make it a little hard for Moorpark to get across the midpoint. Looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout was called in the backcourt, so the Raiders are going to have to inbound it from there.
29 seconds left in the game. Raiders lead by 1 point, 78-77. That missed free throw could really come down to making a big difference in the game.
Yeah, especially with 29 seconds.
For a second, you know, Ventura was really kind of leading the way with fouls. Now Moorpark has 8 fouls right behind Ventura's 10 fouls.
And then also think about it this way. You have 24 seconds on the shot clock here. The Raiders, you know, have an opportunity to ice this game if they can.
If they can put a score in and ice it, that's what you're going to want to take
Especially
care
at
of.
3. You throw up a 3 and you make it, they have, at least in differential, they have 5 seconds to make 4 points, which is going to be very difficult.
29 seconds exactly on the clock, 24 seconds on the play clock. Excuse me, shot clock. Team's organizing, getting this ready to go. Link is letting his team know we're not letting anything go by.
Well, this is definitely being served up to look like an amazing finish here at the end. Most basketball games are stop and go, but this one has an opportunity to be exciting
Here we go.
all the way to the end.
Kirkham to inbound this. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson working with about a 4-second gap in between the shot clock and the real clock. Holtz gets it to Becerra. Becerra working around Vida. Gets it over to Williams. Williams trying to little dice it up. Gets it to Becerra. Up and in, but no good for Becerra. Lots of dirty play. No calls. Ventura's ball.
That was
4.5 seconds on the clock, 78-77, Moorpark.
That was a beautiful drive by Larry. He goes in, draws the defense, finds Becerra, but Becerra can't quite finish there.
No, Vida was on Becerra like white on rice right after he passed it. Wasn't able to make a clean finish, and then it got a little physical right after that. No calls, kind of what you want. We have 4.5 seconds left, 78-77. Now it's on Coach Link to figure out what he's going to do to prevent any type of shooting.
4.5 seconds.
Yeah, plenty of time. I mean, you can drive the length of the court in that. I mean, you can obviously, with the way that Ventura's been cranking up the 3, you got to expect that. But that being said, if I'm Ventura, I drive this to the basket.
This is why they say defenses win championships.
Yep.
It all comes down to this.
Yeah. This is the most important 4.5 seconds these kids have ever played.
This is
at least
absolute
at
truth.
this moment. You know, you're talking about a Moorpark team that has not played the way that, you know, they wanted to or expected to at least come into this game. And, you know, this is one of those games where it's Ventura, your arch nemesis, your arch rival. The Raiders have an opportunity to get some glory back here.
And this is definitely frustrating for Ventura, a team who should be running this Moorpark out of the gym, is giving Moorpark a chance to win this late in the game. 4 seconds left.
4.5.
4.5 seconds left. Ventura's Eddie Cowan to inbound this, gets it over to 1 second left on the clock, puts it up, no good.
And Moorpark
Moorpark comes away
takes
with
it.
the win. Moorpark more than ecstatic, 78-77 win over arch rival Ventura. Ventura with their only second conference loss of the season.
Wow.
Only to Cuesta and Moorpark. They split the 1-1. Now Moorpark has 1 win on Ventura. Ventura has 1 win on Moorpark. And that is it.
With all the struggles Moorpark's had this season, I mean, this win itself, it's, you know, it completely changes the complexion of the season.
And that will be it for the Moorpark Raiders. We will have the Lady Raiders coming up next. This will be a great matchup between Ventura Pirate Ladies and the Lady Raiders basketball team. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. For Emery Johnson and Ryan Wilmore, my name is Nathan Espinosa. You guys have an incredible night.